Hello, hello. Hey, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Let's go. Hey, happy Friday, everybody. It depends on I guess, where you are on the globe. It could be evening time for you in Europe, but welcome, everybody. We're just going to give everyone 1 or 2 more minutes to join. Thank you so much for making time to come. I know if you're in the Pacific time zone, it's noontime, lunchtime for you. If it's Eastern time zone, it's 3 p.m. for you. If it's in Europe, I think it's probably 9 or 10 p.m. or around 8 to 10 p.m. your time. And in Asia, it is very, very late at night. So really appreciate you all coming here. Fantastic, fantastic. So cool. So we're going to keep the chat open to anybody that, you could kind of share your energy and your thoughts as you see the presentation go down. But just a few things, housekeeping rules. Number one is please don't share any external links in the chat here. The Discord is also open, so if you want to, chat amongst yourselves, that's probably where you should go. And please no foul language or anything in the chat room, in the chat here in the Hangout. If we see that, we'll probably have to shut it down, the chat, but let's kind of keep it safe. Yeah. So I'm just waiting for Jeff to come in here. Cool. Yo. Cool. So welcome, everybody. Jeff's here. Jeff, do you want to share your screen to kind of kick off, and then
let's see if we have any technical difficulties in do this. Many people still coming in.
Yeah, it's probably going to keep funneling in.
Yeah, for the latecomers, I wonder, Benny, if there's a way to like mute the doorbell or just auto admit all. Is there a way?
Yeah, let me try and see.
Okay.
But there might be a doorbell continuously. Yeah. Cool.
When the doorbell rings, it says, oh, it said view all before. I don't know if there's like a preference where you
when there's so many people, we gotta like accept it. Kind of stacks up. Yeah, exactly. But we have we got our team as co-hosts, so they'll be able to click accept for us. We won't need to click it. Cool. Well, hey everyone. Thank you for coming to the Phase 3 keynote. This is a big moment for us. It's been a long time coming. And I know we've been holding off for a while, but I'm sure you're in for a treat today. So we have Jeff himself here, and we have most of the core team member here to talk to you and present to you what Phase 3 is going to become. So we're super excited. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll save the questions till later. In the Discord, there's also a section to throw all your questions in there, and that will just make it much easier. Cool. Jeff, you want to go next slide? Cool. So wanted to do a quick refresher on the team that you have in front of you. Andy, do you want to unmute and say a couple of words?
Yeah, what's up, guys? AC here, Andy Choi, as it says. Nice to see everybody. Excited for this keynote, and yeah, excited to show the rest of the team that we've built up.
And of course, I'm Benny. And I don't believe Steve is here. He'll be coming in a bit late, but he's also part of the project. Jaden, do you want to say hello?
Sounds good. Hey guys, I'm Jaden, JW in the Discord. I'm one of the devs on the team. Just excited to share what we've been working on.
Awesome. Ray?
Sorry, the admittance popped up and I couldn't press the unmute. Hey guys, I'm Ray. Yeah, I'm another dev on the team. We've been up things for the last few months here, so excited to share with you guys all. I'll pass it to Druzy.
Hey all, nice to meet you. I am Druzy. I'm a front-end developer with Stapleverse.
Hey, what's up, everybody? So nice to see you all here. If you haven't met me before, I'm Alana. I'm the designer on the team. I do all things design, even help across basically whatever needs to be made. If you haven't met me before, I also have the design research division in the chat, which is awesome because then we can all just like collect and give feedback. So if you ever want to say hi, come find me in that design research division in the Discord.
Hey all, Ryan Smith, head of marketing here at Stapleverse. So really excited to have y'all join. Super excited to tell you all about phase 3 today. I know it's going to be really dope and excited to see what the team's been working on all these months. So excited to have everybody here.
Hey everyone, my name is Chris. I'm head of community. You all probably know me from in the Discord. I really can't wait for all of you to see this. Just a few days ago, visited Rhymes Like Dimes team, and the more I'm seeing the art of this, it's just blowing me away. And now Discord team staying strong here. I want to take the ball and go long, Jeff Neuro, head moderator. Take the ball, catch it deep.
You're skipping straight to me, huh? Hey guys, I'm Jeff, Neuro Neuro Hub in the Discord. So you know me as your moderator in there. Just psyched to be here, psyched to see all the familiar faces popping into this Google Meet. I just got off a train and rushed home here, so I'm just happy it wasn't late. And yeah, looking forward to this. I think you guys are gonna have a lot of fun.
Hey everyone, I'm Leanne. Most of you know me as Lumi. It's nice to finally talk to you all in person and on camera. I am the team's marketing coordinator. I joined about 2 months ago now, and I'm really excited to show you guys what we've been working on.
What's going on, guys? Gerard, also Lemon from in the chat. I'm business operations here at Stapleverse, and I'm ready to get down to business. So let's do this.
Hey, Joe Rillo, archivist for the Stapleverse. Super excited today. So if you guys see me jumping around or dancing, please don't laugh or screenshot it. That's it.
Quentin. Okay, final Ryan.
Hey everyone, sorry. I'm Ryan. I'm a writer. This is my first NFT project, so I'm pretty excited to work on it. I helped design some narrative stuff and some concepts for the collection. So it's nice to be here.
Awesome. Michael Johnson.
Hey everyone, I'm Michael, or Jeansbug, as you probably know me as. Yeah, I'm one of the ambassadors, and I'm usually around chatting to people.
Great. Ryan, is Ryan Castro here or Quentin?
Hey guys, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Sorry, technical difficulties with my son. Hey guys, I'm Ryan Castro, aka Final Ryan. I'm one of the ambassadors for Stapleverse. Just really happy to be here and continue to help everyone build on this journey together, especially into phase 3.
Awesome. Welcome. Steve Jane, I think you're here. I gave you co-host, so you should be able to do a quick intro.
Hey guys, excited to be here. Really excited to hear more from Jeff and the team about all the stuff that they got planned. It's really exciting. So yeah, really psyched to be here and good to see everyone's faces.
And I think, Quentin, does your mic work?
I just heard he has a crying baby he's dealing with. So
Okay, no worries.
difficulty.
All right, last but not
Love to
least,
hear it.
Jeff. Yeah, Jeff, you're the last one.
What up, everyone? Jeff Staple here, founder, CEO of Stapleverse and Zealot. Super excited, everyone. Let's hop into this. I'm just really amped and ready. We have an incredible room of people here. A lot of latecomers. I think it's funny that like there's like, you know, when you enter class late and you try to like open the door real slow and have nobody notice you. Doesn't happen in meets. Shit just goes ding dong every time. So we'll work through it though. But again, happy for everyone to be in here, and let's hop into what we have planned for you guys. So let's see. So first and foremost, wanted to take you down a little bit of memory lane here. I put the original article from the New York Post in 2005, where you know, some of you might know we released a physical sneaker that really created one of the first riots ever and really put sneaker culture on the map. This was the front cover of the New York Post when that happened. Since then, as the brand has evolved, we then did a drop on a shopping app called Network, which we subsequently crashed and destroyed to the point where the Network app had to be rebuilt from the ground up. Then we did a drop on Bitsky, and as some of you who might have been a part of that, we also broke Bitsky at that time. When we then went on and did our Stapleverse launch, we actually, you know, even broke some of the third-party services that we were using, such as Versal and Shop-Through. So everywhere we go, we seem to be breaking things. We're like a bull in a china shop, or in this case, a pigeon in a china shop. And I just want to let people know that as we're going through this, we're creating a lot of excitement. With that excitement comes a lot of attention, and things will break along the way, but we're here to fix it as soon as possible, learn, and move on. So back in 1997, I founded the brand Staple, which is the iconic pigeon mascot. If you can do some quick math, you'll note that 2022 marks the 25th anniversary of the founding of Staple. So super proud that I can say I've built a brand here along with some incredible team members that have sustained a quarter century now. And, you know, I want people to really think about that, like a quarter century, like 25 years in the game. I think that only happens with first, a lot of love, a lot of passion, consistency, innovation, and just really proud to be able to still be here to talk to you guys today. Last year in 2021, we released the Artifact Meta Pigeon project, which, you know, I think really changed the game again for the culture, a new culture, right? A whole entire new world. And I think we really defined what the word legendary means when we dropped that meta pigeon with Artifact. So that was extremely exciting. And then we launched our own project this year, Stapleverse. And in that Stapleverse, we have now, as most of you know, have gone through phase 1 and phase 2. And in phase 1, we started everything off with feed, which then became the feed clan. People were able to then toss their feed, and then in order to try to catch a pigeon, but sometimes, as you know, when you try to catch a pigeon, you might get pooped on, which then activated 2 new factions of Stapleverse known as the Hood Pigeon Squad and the Poop Gang. And I just thought it was so cool that we immediately created 3 different sort of teams in Stapleverse, each with its own priorities, its own passions, its own members. Some smart people, you know, dipping in all 3 factions just to make sure their bases are covered. And then definitely want to give a shout out to our true believers, the people who have really invested heavily into our project, known as the Big Apple Guild, aka the BAG members. Want to give a shout out to them. The original BAG members were just in there from day one, and definitely want to give them a big shout. And so now here we are today at this keynote, about to embark on what Stapleverse Phase 3 is all about. Before we get into that, I want to do a quick recap of where we've been thus far. So just in the last 9 months, from January to September, we have now done 18 plus exclusive Stapleverse drops. That is drops strictly for the Stapleverse community, 18 all told. Going to recap these really quick. Throw up an emoji in the chat if you've gotten a chance to cop any of these, or if you have any of these, would love to see it. But we did a collaboration with Sesame Street, with Big Bird rocking the pigeon outfit. We did a drop at NFT NYC week with the ESP t-shirt that was exclusive to people who came out to the talks. We did an Allbirds collaboration with Staple that was dropped to members, and a friends and family only pair. In commemoration of what was happening in Ukraine with the horrible events, we did a charity fundraiser for the No More Wars Ukraine tee, and this was actually dropped on May 4th. So kind of a combo between May the 4th be with you and what was happening in Ukraine. We then did our first Crocs sidewalk Lux pigeon, really redefining what gibbets meant. We created the largest gibbets ever made on a Croc. And little known info, I'm actually currently in talks with Guinness Book of World Records as they're validating whether we have made the biggest Crocs gibbets of all time. So really excited to be like cemented into the Guinness Book of World Records there. We did a Hood Squad drop recently. I just saw a sample of this. It is hot off the press, so this is coming out really soon to the Hood Pigeon Squad. We also did a Feed Clan tee, a freaking dope tee that has all members of the Feed Clan represented on a t-shirt. Did a Staple 25th anniversary tee, the 25th anniversary being the silver anniversary. And so we did this awesome silver liquefied Staple Pigeon t-shirt. We did an amazing NASA watch collaboration with the good people at Anacorn Watches. We've just started seeing this one arrive in people's hands, so this is extremely dope to see as well. For dog lovers out there, we did the Z-Dog Staple toy also. And you know, even if you don't own a dog, this thing looks really cool on your shelf as well. So this was a lot of fun. We also did the Fossil Watch Staple collaboration that was dropped to the community. And then for those who came to NFT NYC, we dropped a very limited edition full-size run pair of a custom Staple New Balance 2002R. Dropped them in real life at Stadium Goods in New York. And if you were there to experience the bedlam, the mayhem, but also just the peace, love, and joy of all the community getting together in real life, it was a sight to see. And then, you know, don't forget, we also took some grails of the culture. I mean, obviously, we couldn't supply the entire community with these, but these are some really super limited edition artifacts of sneaker culture that we released. The OG Pigeon Dunk, the Purple Pigeon Dunk, the Black Pigeon Dunk, the Panda Pigeon Dunk, and the What the Dunk. We raffled these off to the community as well. So we've just been doing drop after drop after drop. And again, that is 18 plus drops in the last 9 months. And if you do the math, that is a whole lot of drops happening. In addition to that, we've also been really focused on exclusive community first Stapleverse events. And these we started up in the last 4 months, really. I wanted to just recap these. So we did an event in Los Angeles with Network for Staple Day, which is now an annual holiday that is on the same day as National Pigeon Day, actually, July 13th. So we did a Staple Day event, and actually members of Stapleverse who lived in and around the LA area were invited to join me in a private behind-the-scenes tour on the making of Staple Day. So as you can see, here's some community members that were able to do a walkthrough guided tour of me. Nobody else in the space, private tour, and I got to walk them through the room as we were building the space to become live just a few hours from there. In fact, in that middle photo, you can see the people, the general population waiting outside the space while members of Stapleverse were inside And then, of course, we let the room in, and everyone was able to have an incredible party. We also did, for those who don't know, in the giveaway of the OG Pigeon Dunks, those grails that I mentioned, we did a meetup at this incredible space in Los Angeles as well, because the person who won them happened to live in LA. So we did an in-person meetup and signing. So again, just experiences that frankly wouldn't and couldn't have happened in Web 1 and Web 2. And now, because of the power of Web 3 and this community, we're able to unlock and break down these barriers. I'm always going to say to myself, and I'm going to say to the team, that we're not perfect at this yet. We haven't completely broken down the barriers, but you know what? We're trying, and we're showing improving, and we're getting there, and we're bringing in like really legacy brands into the game as well. For those who came out here, look at these incredible photos. We did NFT NYC, a series of events and talks at Stadium Goods, in real life meetups. You could see how many people came out to these incredible talks that we did. And then, as I mentioned before, we dropped this exclusive ESP NYC t-shirt. If you look closely at that t-shirt, you'll even see I was signing t-shirts live. So just had an incredible time meeting people that you only get to interact with on social media and Discord. Finally getting a chance to shake their hand and meet them in person was just an awesome experience. We also, that same week, did a Coinbase NFT talk where we invited members of the community as well. We had Miguel there, Franelations, Blue Boy, Jen Stark, Chantel Martin, all of these amazing artists that you got to meet in real life as well. So super dope there. And then, for those who don't know, we also held, for the aforementioned Big Apple Guild crew, the Bad Crew, we rented out a Japanese restaurant, one of the best Japanese restaurants in New York City, rented out a private dining room and had an incredibly intimate, dope dinner where they just got to share their thoughts about what was going on, about the project. We got to share with them some things that we were working on. And it was just cool, again, to be able to meet these people in real life. So super dope to see that as well. And then during NFT NYC, we actually launched FeedFest NYC, which is our own proprietary scavenger hunt that we launched, where we actually took people on a physical, in real life tour of New York City. And I'm going to pass it to Benny on this, because this wasn't just some, not to downplay any of the activations we did in the past, but this is beyond a gathering, a physical gathering and activation. This took a ton of back end work. So I'm going to let Benny speak on this a little bit more.
Yeah, FeedFest was awesome. I mean, you could, some of the stats here, the people who showed up walked 571 miles and burned a lot of calories. It was an eating festival, but you kind of made up for all the walking you had to do in New York City, and a lot of people were telling us that they didn't, they were there for NFT NYC, but didn't have the chance to really explore New York City and try all the amazing food, and FeedFest was the opportunity to do so. And not only that, I think what's really important is the community actually gave back and supported local businesses. And so I think the idea of FeedFest is one that we cherish a lot, and we think that there's a lot of opportunity down the line running more of those. So Jeff, you want to hit the video?
Yeah.
Shout out to the Stapleverse. The FeedFest is live right now, Monday, June 20th to June 24th. Official kickoff is 27 Orchard Street, Regina's Grocery. Make sure you grab Jeff's favorite sandwich. Nothing. I feel like orders are unclogging already.
Here we go. Slice with the mozzarella. Who you kidding?
That's what you get when you come to NYC. You get good food like that, baby. Have you never been to NYC? You're messing up. Yo, I'm with the legend himself, and we're about to start the scavenger hunt. Yes, sir. We're going to go to all these dope mom and pop spots. You know what it is? Just trying to link NFT metaverse world to the real world. You know what I'm saying? Real New Yorkers. Let's do it. We out, baby. Let's go. Come on, let's. Shout out to Stapleverse. Beautiful food, beautiful sandwich.
Yeah, so this is, I mean, that's what it's all about, like driving traffic to local businesses. And what's amazing is, like, you know, we knew that at this point in the game and technology, we couldn't go into these mom and pop pizzerias and implement blockchain checking and NFT verification, token checking at every little mom and pop shop. But we still took the community to them. And these pizzerias were like, oh my God, like these sandwich shops were like, I can't believe the community that came out and showed love for you know, these mom and pop shops. This was really dope to be able to try to link that. Again, as I've always mentioned, the bridge that we're building is not perfect, but we are starting to build these girders, these foundational elements, so that we have a road to be able to pave in the future.
Out to Stapleverse.
So now I'm going to actually pass it over to Chris and Lumi from the Feather Report show. For those who have been tuning in, the Feather Report is a great show that kind of recaps and highlights what's going on in and out of the community, internally, externally. Chris and Lumi, who are community members, have just been doing a great job at that. In fact, there's going to be a Feather Report right after this to address some of your questions, comments, suggestions, and we could just go back and forth on that. So let me bring up Chris and Lumi now to share some insights from our community. Lumi?
Hey everyone, how's it going? So as Jeff was talking about the community, yes, it's amazing. Whether it's feed, poop, hood, the community at Stapleverse has been amazing, and it's been great watching it grow ever since I joined the team almost 2 months ago now. There's just this mutual love that's shared between everyone. It begins with streetwear, but then it extends beyond all we've come to know is possible when you put creative people together with passion. Here are some things that community members had to say about their experience with Stapleverse. I can read this. My journey started with 2 feed pre-toss, and I now own 35 assets, including a bag. Shout out. FeedFest gave me an appreciation of what the team can do, and the event and stadium goods gave me the conviction that the project can live to its potential, so I've kept on buying NFTs as the floors went down. Got into the bag at what felt like the right time and enjoyed the benefits and Neuro's help. Shout out Neuro. With a renewed focus on communication and execution, and think Stapleverse can be a game changer. And I'm here in full force for it. Shout out to Inving.
Thank you, Inving.
Yeah, shout out to, I always butcher that name. And I know I've asked many times, but I just went ahead and decided that in my head, I always pronounce that INIVG. And he's like one of the, like now a back member, but he's been so early on. I still remember the first time I wrote down that name was in like, I think December, January, when we, before TOS even, when we did a quiz inside, and I was already, damn, these names are hard. I can only copy paste here. Otherwise I keep track, I lose track of the points. But here are some more tweets of, which isn't only like cool shout outs from the community, but it's also highlighting some of the really cool things that happened. So you can see the feed tee in here that we dropped earlier that Jeff already talked about. You can see the NASA watch with Unicorn, and especially in that is like, there's a Nike shoe in there which only 25 of these exist. So super cool for, but I guess if you get 4 of these watches, yeah, you had a good chance there. Then one super big shout out goes out to Von Lux. She like basically went to New York for a New York Fashion Week and did her own feed fest. It was crazy good, and I can only like tell you to go visit her Twitter page and look to what lengths she went of just recreating her own feed fest, because she was a bit late to the Stapleverse and missed the OG feed fest for NFT NYC. And then the last thing that I really want to highlight here is look at these Nikes. These, like, a community member just went ahead and made his own Nikes with the pigeon and the most valuable feed NFT that we have, the NYC subway token. So these look really great. And these are some awesome pieces outside from inside the community. Shout out to everyone on this board.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out too, and I fully encourage people to use our assets and our art that we've created. And you know, this is how I started. You know, I started silk screening on blank T-shirts that I found and just taking artwork that I found and just making my own art. So I highly encourage everyone to do that with these too. I love those Jordans. They're amazing. All right, we got one more comment, I think, Lumi.
All right, this next testimonial is from Nacht One Lux. I think I pronounced that correctly. Around November 27th last year, 5,000 miles away from NYC, I flew full speed to a Spartan Discord server on the rumor that Jeff Staple was launching something. There, alongside another Zealots, I queued in the virtual dark and talked story until Jeff's official blockchain statement a few days later. It was the fanatics there, drawn by the potential to connect on an individual level with Jeff and collect his manifestation of an NFT. 308 days later, I'm stoked. This isn't just an art NFT, but an experience. The drops, the decision-making, the art, the inside track, the activations. To me, Stapleverse has also been a place to roost with a global flock with like-minded connections to art, style, culture, and tech, and build solid friendships. Through each phase, we explore the digital-physical interface and evolve. We are converging and diverging. Whatever's next, I'm grateful for the full crafting alongside Jeff and all you OG and new Zealots. Cool.
Dope. Thank you so much, Knock One Lux. Good looking out on that. And then we got one phoned in, or not phoned in, I'm so old school, video in piece from Ted's Run. Is that how you Ted's Runs on Lago? Ted's Runs on Lago. But I'm going to play this now so you could hear it directly from the man himself.
Hi guys, I'm Ted, I'm from France, and I'm one of the back holders. And I just want to do a quick video to shout out the Stapleverse team, because I think that you guys put in the work into phase 3, making sure that it is going smoothly, it is going out. And I think that this is the opportunity to really unify the Poop Gang and the Fit Clan into what I believe should have been the direction of Stapleverse from day one, which is digital fashion. Because in phase 3, you are going to be able to mint a character, and this character is going to wear clothes. And because of the history of Jeff working with a lot of brands like Nike, Puma, and more recently Fossil, great watch by the way, I think that, you know, this is the opportunity for the community to have a say into the creative directions of the digital fashion into Stapleverse, and really working closely with Jeff Staple. I'm really, you know, blown away by all the work put in, all the packages, the reflections. Because phase 1 and phase 2, you know, did go out in some ways, but it should have been better. So right now, it is the opportunity to reset. So I really hope that you guys are going to enjoy phase 3, and looking forward to see what the team is bringing out to us. Peace.
Thanks so much, Ted. And, you know, we love hearing all the positive praise, of course, but we also love hearing the criticisms. You know, that's how we're going to get better. So we love that collaboration just between hearing ways we could improve, ways we can be better, because this is a whole new world for everyone. No one is an expert at this. So if we hear feedback from you guys, we're just going to make it that much better. So now, let's see. Before we get into what's happening with phase 3, we're actually going to embark and launch on a new Stapleverse brand identity. As you guys know, because you've been seeing us running and gunning, building product, innovating on the back end, trying to also do something really cool on the front end to make sure that everything looks really fire. We took a time here to really work on the brand identity and make sure that we created something that really just identified with what we're driving towards into the future. And for this, I'm going to bring on Alana, who you met earlier, our lead designer. She's amazing. And her and I will ping pong back and forth and talk you through this Stapleverse brand identity. Alana, are you there with mic on, ready to go?
Yep, I am all ready.
Cool. So we could go back and forth on this, but as you know, we've been using this word Stapleverse. Stapleverse in the world of like chats and Discord and tweets is kind of a long word to say. So we've just been saying SV, SV, SV all the time, right? So I think what we started to do when we looked at the new identity is we truncated the word Stapleverse into SV. We're not changing the name of the brand or the project. It's still Stapleverse, but everyone internally has been calling it SV. So we're like, let's use that as a starting point for this new identity. And Alana, do you want to give some insight on what was happening on your end as you were starting to think about typographic treatments of SV and what this eventually evolved into?
Yeah, for sure. So first off, we went through a lot of different explorations, and the feeling that we wanted to incorporate here was this world sort of coming together. So you will see that the S starts to like melt into the V. And if you've seen me in Discord, you've probably seen me try to bother you to get more info about what you like to do, your motivation, because ultimately we want to turn this community into one that co-creates together and into one that honestly like empowers each other to build and just do dope shit all the time. So, I mean, maybe not so related to typography, but everything coming together. And another thing, the use of circles here. To me, circles represent wholes. It represents the place of gathering, community coming together. So in previous iterations, one of the circles was also a star, sort of to relate to the universal aspect of this project. But there's a little description here that says, yeah, it's just a bit more like modern and streamlined and memorable. And Jeff, if you want to go to the next slide, it's a more interesting one to me for the meaning of this, or you can add.
Yeah, I think it's interesting to see what happens when we started to like play around with this shape and take it away from being SV. So we rotated this SV logo 90 degrees counterclockwise, and then we started to see something else. And this is what we call the twin birds mark. And Alana, you can take credit for this one.
Yeah. So the idea with this is that I wanted to pay an homage to the staple pigeon legacy without relying too much on it, because we do want to bring it into the brave new world. So what you'll see here is there's a pigeon on the left and a smaller one on the right. You could just look at these as birds, to be honest. But the key thing here is that what it's supposed to represent is the littler bird is being a little bit nestled in the larger bird's wing, sort of to relate to how a lot of us kind of look up to Jeff in a way, like Jeff's immigrant story, Jeff's come and like made his work for him. And I think as a creative person, that's what we all want to do. We all want to just like make this shit happen. So that's what this really represents. And I believe, yeah, there's a bit here that talks about mentorship, wisdom, support. So those are all values that we want to build into the next phase of the project.
Alana dropping the curse bombs left and right. Love it. I didn't know if we should. I didn't know if we should curse, but fuck it. Let's start cursing.
I thought it was relatable. We're all people, we're all trying it. So
yeah, let's go. So yeah, when the SV is rotated, as Alana mentioned, it cleverly reveals these two birds facing each other. The taller one represents mentorship, wisdom, and support. The one who has come before, and then the second bird nestled is representing of the generation who will carry the torch for the future. And if anyone wants to like sort of screenshot something, screenshot this page, because it will lead to something else in the future. This page is very, very important to us. And so this is the new Stapleverse brand mark, the SV logo, the Twin Marks logo. And we want to show you this bad boy in its full glory here. So beautiful. Love the blinking eyes. Alana, thank you again so much for your help on this. You crushed this. Kudos to Alana. And by the way, I always like to say, Alana, her name is pronounced like the city, Alana, not Alana, not Elena, Alana.
Thank
All
you.
right. Yes, you're welcome. She paid me to say that. So, you know, as I mentioned, since 1997, we have been a positive social contagion. In fact, that tagline, a positive social contagion, is something that I've carried with the brand since 1997. So this is a 25-year-old tagline that has not changed since day one, including the name Staple. And if you break positive social contagion down, the reason why I came up with this 25 years ago, positive means forward moving, ever evolving. Social is of man, of people, and contagion is something that spreads. So whether we're making a t-shirt, a sneaker, a bicycle, a flavor at Shake Shack, whatever it is, everything is evolving and pushing people to move forward, and it spreads. That's what a positive social contagion is. And so when we started to look at our own Stapleverse mission, we really wanted to break that down into why we do everything we do at a 30,000-foot level. Number one, we want to enable others to freely express who they are on the internet with no judgment or boundaries. We want to, two, create a shared safe space where we can meet other like-minded creatives that inspire you to your own personal growth journeys, which alludes to the twin birds that we just spoke about as well. And three, we want to become a brand that has a deep affinity for positivity, community, and creative empowerment. That is the Stapleverse mission. And so now, as we move on from phase one with feed to poop to pigeon, we now embark on the next chapter of Stapleverse. And for that, similar to how we brought in the artistic collaborator, artistic director for phase one, we brought in our artistic collaborator for phase two that really represents where we're going with the brand. And big shout out to B. Tom Stevenson for what he did to carry us from the stencil, old school OG way of creating art, the way I did it back when I started in New York City in the 90s. Now we are bringing in to phase three the artwork and the incredible vision of Rhymes Like Dimes. We've been teasing it for a while now. It's been amazing. And he is the one, him and his team have been instrumental in working with us. And we've worked together before. So if you've been connecting the breadcrumbs, you'll see that, you know, some of the stuff we've done before will almost act as like prequels to what we're about to embark on now. And because of the time zone differences, it was tough to get Rhymes and the team on live. But earlier today, we actually did a video recording. So I'm going to play that for you guys now to talk about what we're going to reveal next for Stapleverse.
Yo, thank you guys for joining. What we have right now, very special guest dialing in from Belgium, if I'm not mistaken, right? You two are in Belgium right now. So dialing in right now, we have the Rhymes Like Dimes team. What's up, guys? There's thousands of people clapping right now. Yeah, I know. What? But yeah, so introduce yourselves, guys, first and foremost.
Yeah, so we are the Rhymes Like Dimes team. My name is Robin Velge. I am the design creative part of Rhymes Like Dimes. Freek is handling all the rest, I would say. So creative, non-creative part. This is the yin and yang of Rhymes Like Dimes.
We embarked on a Allbirds project, and we needed an animation done for that. So I think that was the first time that we had actually worked together, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I think so too, yes.
Yeah, it's really cool because you could start to see the early genesis of what we're about to do now. It's almost like the initial blueprint, you know?
It was all New York in that Allbirds studio, and then let's face it, the pinnacle city here is New York as well in this project to a certain extent. So that was fun to see like the same energy.
And as I explained to you guys, you know, we had just come off of phase one and phase two of Stapleverse, which involved like the Feed Clan, the Poop Gang, the Pigeon Squad, right? So you have these different characters in our universe, which is so much fun to just be able to create like almost like my own Marvel world, you know, like of just like whatever I want, you know, this make-believe like Gotham that I grew up in. And I also always knew that in this city, there were humans, there were people, right? When you started to hear about how Stapleverse started, the genesis of it, and then how it unfolded. And then, you know, you were now tasked to collaborate with us on the people of New York, or these Sapiens. What started immediately flowing into your head? Like, what were some of the visuals that were happening, and what were you getting inspired by?
There's a certain magic in there that like only New York has. Just like the clothing that people wear, that was like the one thing, just the looks of it. And then the second like main inspiration was just like the things we worked on before. We did the Allburst project, which ended in a tree growing from like a sidewalk in New York. So I thought like that would be the perfect start for like to continue this story. So I just imagined like New York being overgrown by trees, with like, and nobody knows why, but people have to adjust to it. And I think that's like that really excited me from the get-go.
So I love that this is like a post New York of like where nature has come back now and interacted with the city. These Sapiens that now exist in this city must interact with nature now, which you're right, that Allbirds video and that last scene, if you breadcrumb it, was actually like the prequel to what's happening now.
That's really, that was really the case. Like when we came up with like the ID, that was like Robin's intake. Like that's like a prequel to what's happening now. So it only makes sense.
Yeah, I just love how change shows who people really are often, because they show how they adapt to something. And I think that's really interesting.
Yeah, for sure. There's also like this Mad Max vibe of like the Sapiens are kind of using what's around them, you know, to be able to like survive in this world. Cool. Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know it's getting late out there, but I want to thank you for hopping on this call, just explaining to the people watching a little bit of the behind the scene process of how this collaboration came to be. Any shout outs you want to give? Any announcements you want to make? How do people keep in touch with you? You know, how do people follow along?
First off, thank you so much for having us. I'm super fucking excited about this project. I can't wait to show everything to everybody. Shouts out to your team. Shouts out to our team. You can follow us on Instagram at Rhymes Like Dimes. No S's, all Z's.
Twitter, no S's, all Z's, just like Sapiens.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we have a really dope last part of the year coming up. Really exciting stuff. So I'm excited, man. I've been working so hard. Freak has been working his ass off. Yeah, that's it.
Cool, man. Thanks, guys.
Shout out to my mom. Love you.
Gotta shout out the moms.
Yeah, always. Of course.
All right. Peace, fellas. Have a good one.
Peace.
All right. Thank you to Rhymes Like Dimes dialing in from Belgium there to give you a little bit of a teaser of what's happening next. We've been dropping some names, some alpha, some hidden clues in there, as well as some preview art. But today, I am very, very excited to introduce to you Phase 3 and what it is evolved into. And we are about to introduce now Sapiens. And the name here, I want to give you some background on the name before we get into the artwork. The name Sapien derives from what you've been experiencing so far, right? So we have feed, we have poop, and we have pigeons. The names are really great because they're very descriptive, clearly about what the artwork is all about, right? All the different food elements. You have the feed clan. Poop, obviously, you have the poop gang. The hood pigeon squad was the pigeon that everybody wanted from us. And now as we embark on this next stage of ESP, we always knew from the very beginning that in this world of Gotham City or Empire State, if you will, that there were human beings in this world. And we knew that we wanted to introduce those human beings in Phase 3. And, you know, these Homo sapiens in this world, or as we just call it, the Sapiens, is what we're going to introduce into the universe today. And I love that the little wordplay of Rhymes Like Dimes is spelled with no, S's and only Z's, and Stapleverse starts with an S. So you've got this capital S with like the lowercase z at the end. And today I'm so happy and so proud to introduce to you just a few of the Sapiens in Phase 3. And here's just a few samples of some of the characters that we're going to be revealing soon in our Phase 3 launch. And just check out the incredibly beautiful artwork that Rhymes Like Dimes has created for us. The details, the level of intricacy that's in these characters is just absolutely amazing. You can see all the accoutrements that are happening, whether it is in the actual sapien themselves, from the hair to the skin to the eyes. You'll soon see things like hairstyles like the gentleman on the right, as well as things that actually are part of what it means to be a sapien, you know, which is like you want to express yourself, you want to be able to wear different things, you want different clothings, you want different items, you want different accessories. And then there's also the ability to now do things that aren't doable in my, you know, pre-internet Web 2 mind, which is creating things like digital objects that are sort of floating around their heads and like thought bubbles that can become real, you know. So this new world of Sapiens is just going to be incredibly amazing. And what I want to do right now is focus in on the person in the middle, just to show you a little bit more example of what we're going to be doing here. So we're going to focus in on the guy in the middle here. And then here is an example of a core Sapien character in phase 3. And as you can see here, upon mint, all of these humanistic traits will be part of your character that you're going to be minting. So different hairstyles, skin tones, as I mentioned, eye shapes, there's going to be all these different characters. And again, I'll go back to, so you can see some variation that's going to be happening, but there's going to be tons and tons more. But just to give you an idea of how the different parts are going to be applied to your character. And then in addition to that, you can see what's happening below the neckline on the Sapien here. In addition to the character that we're going to be providing you, which is going to be super dope already on its own, we're also going to be introducing the concept of outfits. So again, all the human traits will be part of your character. And then in addition to that, we'll be dropping these outfits that can be worn and displayed. And this is the most important thing, worn and displayed on most of your favorite NFT marketplaces. So again, outfits that can be worn, changed, and displayed in most of your favorite NFT marketplaces. So let's take a look at how this might work. So here you have character, you have outfits, and then as well, in addition to outfits, you have items that could be added on. These are almost like accessory pieces, okay? So all three of these things, characters, outfits, items. This is a key component to the future of phase 3 and Stapleverse. And now let's see an example of how an outfit or an item will be applied to your character with you in control. And there you go. Dude just got a gold chain. So it's pretty cool. And I'll play that again in case people missed it. But this could be your character already rocking some amazing gear, but now you want something new to be applied and you just copped something new. And so boom, your hand comes up, shows you what you got. The reveal happens. And then now you can find out the item that you got that you can add onto your character. And in this case, it's a gold chain. Yes. So now we're going to dive in even a little bit deeper. And for this, I'm going to call upon our lead developer, Jaden, who's going to demonstrate here in this video how we're going to be able to do this, how your character actually wears and rocks items. This is going to be so cool. So let's bring in Jaden.
Hey everyone, this is Jay from the Stapleverse dev team here. I am very excited to share with you one of the mechanics we've been building for the Sapiens collection, equipable outfits. Now on the left-hand side of my screen, you can see one of the Sapiens in my wallet, and on the right-hand side of the screen, you can see that same character on OpenSea. Right now I'm rocking the pink pigeon bomber, the pigeon helmet, and a gold chain. But if I want to change that outfit, all I need to do is come up here to the top left of the screen and change it. I can see this new outfit reflected in the preview. When I like this look and I'm ready to actually change the NFT's artwork and equip this outfit, all I need to do is hit equip, sign a message, and I'll see those changes reflected in the NFT's artwork in near real time. And if I want to change it back, no big deal. Just change it back to the original, hit equip, sign a message, and we can see the changes update in near real time. We have put a crazy amount of effort into this and have meticulously designed each of the traits and each of the outfits to be compatible with all of the Sapiens characters. And we even have the artwork update in real time depending on the outfit that you equip. Here's an example. If I take off this pigeon hat, you can see the hair that exists underneath. Now, when I want to equip an additional piece of headgear, say the skull mask, you can see how the hair actually compresses to become compatible with that headgear. And then when I take it off again, the hair is back to its normal state. Now, as always, whenever I like the look of my character and I'm ready to equip the outfit that I've chosen, I just hit equip, sign the message, and the changes update in near real time. All of this is powered by an off-chain equipable system that we've built. This means that you never have to pay gas fees to change the clothes on your character. It also means it's fast. You don't have to wait for transactions to be finalized on the blockchain before the changes to your character's outfit are actually revealed. It's also simpler for people who are new to NFTs, and it mitigates some of the ways we've seen bad actors abuse on-chain equipable systems in the past. And we're very excited to share these changes with you and to launch this and see what the Stapleverse community does with it. We're excited for Sapiens. Thank you guys so much.
Jaden for president, people. Freaking incredible stuff here, unprecedented, and just amazing. And I want to highlight a couple of points that was just mentioned,
everyone.
There, just to make sure that you caught that. So when we're talking about equipping your character with outfits and items, we're talking 0 gas fees. You shouldn't have to pay to change your clothes every time. This is going to be fast. There's no need to wait for a transaction to be completed, near instant speed, and it's secure. Secure, minimal risk of scams or losing equipped clothing. So we really wanted to solve these 3 problems when we were embarking on this. So just super amazing work by the team here. As you can see, I'm going to drop a bomb. We ain't fucking around here. Fuck that shit, man. We are serious here, as you can see. And yeah, just kudos to the entire team for putting this together. I do want to wrap up here because we're not done yet. We're not done yet. I want to say here that the streets of the metaverse, in my opinion, are still empty. You know, streetwear has always been about stories of the people. But how do we tell people stories if the digital streets are still deserted and empty? Street culture, in my opinion, should be by the people, for the people. So in addition to everything that I just mentioned, the other huge chapter that we're about to embark on is community-driven collaborations. Collaborations that come from the community for the community. And so what I'm talking about here is imagine a world, okay, where community, you guys choose which brands we should collaborate with and what we should collaborate on. Then you guys, the community, votes on things like colorways, patterns, designs, mock-ups, right? You're not only along for the process, but you're actually dictating the outcome of the results. And then the ability, of course, to purchase digital outfits, put it on your character, your Sapiens, while the physical object is being created for you specifically. So what this all leads to for me is the dream of true community-driven collaborations, working with world-class global brands. Listen, I got nothing against startups and like young cats doing their thing, but as you know from my heritage, I'm bringing my whole Rolodex with me. So working with world-class global brands, working with me, working with my team here to co-design collaborative projects that you want to see and rock in the digital and the physical. Amazing, amazing stuff. And so this slide shows you how you have your digital self, you have your physical self. They can be representative of each other. They can be different. But the most important thing is that you have a hand in it. And I mentioned, you know, the world-class brands. You know, people ask me all the time, are you focused on this project, Jeff? Is this a side hustle for you? Listen, we ain't fucking around here. These are all brands that we have worked with in the past. Okay, this is my Rolodex. These are people that we can call up and do projects with right now. And you've already seen this calendar year in 9 months, the 18+ projects that we have dropped, including the half dozen activations that we've done in real life, are you focused on Web3? Get the fuck out of here, man. This is all we're talking about. We're trying to bridge this gap right now. We are bridging this tunnel right now. And the tunnel is deep, long, and stubborn because a lot of these brands don't yet understand because they've been built in the pre-web world, and we're trying to make them understand right now. And the bridges are being built, and it's just amazing to see. Not only do I have this network of brands in my Rolodex, but let's talk about people. On Skillshare, I'm one of the most prominent instructors on the online learning education program with nearly 40,000 students that are willing to learn and want to be the next Jeff Staples, the next Artifacts, the next Virgil Ablohs. And then also my podcast on the business of hype on Hypebeast. Dude, I've interviewed damn near over 120 industry leaders and titans that my main goal will be to bring everyone along for the ride to understand what's happening in Web3 and how this can really, really change the world. And I would like to ask anyone out there who is bringing this much credibility, legacy, and firepower and experience into the community. So I really want to thank the people who have stuck with us because y'all know that we've been building behind the scenes. And this is not a fly-by-night operation. We are here for not only the long haul, we're here forever. And I've already got 25 years under my belt. So another quarter century ain't nothing to me. So what are we talking about here? Again, just to wrap up, we are talking about multi-brands. Again, multi-brand. This is not a single brand operation. We can work with everyone that I just mentioned up here. Everyone is open to be worked with. We don't have any exclusivity deals. We can work with anyone. This is not a single brand. Community co-design, not company design. So this is not coming from one desk or one corporation or one headquarters. This is coming from all of y'all. Community co-design. Digital and physical clothing, as I mentioned, I believe that is absolutely the future. We are story-driven. Listen, we know that stories and education and mentorship take longer for people to understand and process, but I will not take my brand into meme culture or short-term hype-driven bullshit. I got too much already invested into my life and my company to do that. So we're gonna go and take the high road with education and mentorship. It's what I'm already known for. It's what we've built the brand on. And again, I go back to that motto of a positive social contagion that I've had for 25 years now. And that's what we're going to hang our pigeon hat on. So I'm really excited about that. And then again, a community operated creativity house is what we're talking about here. Stapleverse is going to be this creativity house where all of you can collaborate on versus an IP ecosystem. Other projects are talking about we have an IP and we're going to let you touch the IP in whatever way, shape, or form we deem fit. We're talking about creating a creativity house that all of you can communicate, collaborate, and educate yourselves into. And that's what I see the future of Stapleverse being, and I'm super excited about it. And I hope you guys have enjoyed everything that you've seen here and are stoked. So listen, I know there's going to be one more question, right? When? When drop? Sapiens release date will be before the end of this year. And as we work towards launch, I know we've been talking to a lot of bag holders about this and a lot of our friends inside. You best believe that as we work towards launch, we will be constantly monitoring these market conditions that we're currently in to make sure that we do release at the most ideal time. But we are locked and loaded for a pre-end of year Sapiens release date. And as you can see, there's a lot of inner workings that are going on behind the scenes to make this reality happen. So we're really, really excited. And I can't wait to hear from all of you. Again, right after this is going to be a feather report. I want to hear all the questions, comments. I want you to poke holes at this. I want to hear all of what you're thinking about this because this is how we're going to make the project better. And one more thing, actually. I got one more thing before I hop off. And before I hop off, I want to give one last kudos and shout out to the entire core team here. They've just been doing amazing work, late night hours. Man, I can't thank y'all enough for putting in all the work here. It's just been absolutely amazing. So I just want to give everyone one more round of applause, and everyone in the comments, if you can also, you know, show love as well to the team. Be nice to them. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes some things don't go exactly according to plan. Don't kill the messenger. You could kill the developer, but don't kill the messenger. I'm just playing, guys. No, but thank you so much, and just showing love to all of our team. And yeah, this has been amazing. I can't wait to really be able to share all of this with you. And you know, right after this, definitely stick around for the Feather Report show, because we are going to be hopping on with Chris and Lumi to address all of your questions. I want to hear from you on Twitter. Hit me up. Let me know what you think of this talk, and just, you know, everything. I want to hear all your opinions and thoughts about this. Yeah. Thank you for sticking around, man. This has been a lot of fun, guys. This has been really, really good. And one more thing before we end this, just one more thing I want to leave you guys with. Let's see here. Just want to send you guys off with a parting gift. You'll soon be seeing this appear very soon, and just a little consolation prize, a parting gift for joining us in this talk. This crates on us, guys. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. Peace. I'm just sticking around to read all the comments. This is my Nardwar moment.